And you know, Sagat got buffed. He got some really good changes. One of my favorite things about him so far though is like the fact that you can see like the V skill over there. You know how like it's glowing, flashing yellow. So if I don't have it active, as you'll see right here, it's not flashing yellow, right? If I reload it, it's flashing because right here I have V skill. So when I get V skill, you'll see it starts flashing, right? Boom, right? And it starts flashing. So that's a really good buff. I was really down, man. Like trying him out at the VIP party. I was like, nothing works. Nothing that I wanted works, right? Like, this is really sad. I really wanted this to work. That doesn't work. This into this doesn't work. So I was like, okay, this into this doesn't work. This into this doesn't work. I'm like, so his conversions are still pretty ass. Okay, the speed of his step kick is still the same. Still 19 frames. Forward heavy kick is still 16 frames. Doesn't hit crouching. Nothing crazy like that. Alright. His overhead got nerfed, so now it's -7. Right, so now it's -7, so it's easier to punish. So I'm like, damn, this is like, what the fuck? Okay, and then what else did I want? Oh yeah, I wanted to see if stand jab counter hit into this would work, but nope, doesn't work. I was like, man, what the fuck? But there's some good stuff. All right, so let's see. Knockdown adjustment. When getting up from a face down knockdown, changes collision box so it's the same height as that of other characters. I don't know what that means, but I know the collision box is like the box that prevents you from like going through your opponent or whatever, but yeah, I don't know. All right, so his health got increased from 1,000 to 1025. Okay, so that's cool, you know, especially because like a lot of the damage and stun got nerfed. But I do wish that he got it to 1050 instead, because like, why does he have the same health as Ryu? Right? Yeah, Ryu got 1025. He got 1025. Who else got 1025? Birdie got 1050. Why Birdie got 1050 health? Right. So I wish that he had 1050 health. I think 1050 would have been pretty cool. What? Whatever. All right. So he got 1,000. He went from 1,000 stun to 1050 stun. So that's pretty cool. Because any extra chance you have to live is a good thing, right? So that's awesome. I'm happy about that. All right. So this is actually really good. They reduced the pushback on hit for stand light kick. What does that mean? We are going to demonstrate what that means. So previously in our Street Fighter land, when you would hit max range stand light kick like this, right? This would whiff. This would whiff like this. I'm gonna do it with medium DP so you see what it looks like. It would look like that, something like that, right? But now because the pushback isn't as drastic as it is before, you pretty much can always get... See, I'm even like moving back, and it's still hitting. So this is great. I'm fucking ecstatic about that, because now I don't have to think about it in the middle of a combo and be like, oh, this is gonna drop, so let me do high shot, right? So because the pushback got reduced primarily for DP, it also means stand short high shot works consistently. So this is pretty good. I'm actually really happy about this. By them changing this, it makes it more consistent, you know? So now you're getting basically like greater damage than a fierce poke as a whiff punish, right? So this is good. 103 and 160. I'll take that. You know, you hit somebody with like a good amount of those, a good 10, 11 of those, and they're dead, right? So that's cool. All right. What it also means is that you'll be able to combo a little bit further away into light kick knee. So like previously, I think like the max range was like, let me see, it wasn't like this, was it? So stand light kick, that's pushback. So like before, like the max range I think to do like light kick knee was like this, right? So now you can get it a little bit further away, right? It still sucks because it doesn't. If light kick knee was like 2 frames faster, you'd probably be able to do it from like here. All right, so light kick knee is the fastest. It's 12 frames. Right? So you'll see like this does okay, right here it'll work, right? Let's try this again. So yeah, they basically like the same in terms of range or whatever. So the next change is crouching medium punch. They expanded the forward hitbox. Okay, what does that mean? I'm gonna demonstrate for my peoples in the back. Right? Let's go to my favorite website on earth that doesn't start with a P. It is SFV Sim. Okay, so now we go to crouching medium punch. Bam, right? So now you're gonna pay very, very close attention. Alright? You're gonna have to really fucking pay attention to this because you're barely gonna see it. Especially if you're on mobile devices. I'm trying to make it as zoomed in as possible. Alright, so previously the hitbox for this move, right, was like you're barely gonna notice the difference. Alright? Do you see that? Okay. What a difference. What a difference. Look at that. This is before, this is after. Before, after, before, after, before, after, before, after. Okay, so in layman's terms, I'm gonna take my eyelash out. And this is the difference. This is the difference. That's the difference. Alright, there's no fucking difference. So, what does this mean? Well, this works. So, 269, 395. So you get an extra 12 damage and an extra 20 stun. So they expanded the hitbox for. I guess this will be okay for like defensive situations, you know, like that extra sliver, you know, I guess will help with like case, you know, I need a defensive whip punish or something like that. Okay, so now we're getting into the juicy stuff. So crouching medium kick, they increased the advantage on hit from 0 frames to +1. So this is pretty cool, right? This is pretty cool. The reason why this is pretty cool, I'm gonna show you guys. Oh, and they expanded the forward hitbox. So let me show you the forward hitbox first for this move, alright? If you look at this closely, the dots show you the difference from before, right? So this is the season 5 is where the solid red, the dots are where it was before. But I like to go and do it this way because I think it's easier to tell. This is the difference. There you go. So before, after, before, after, before, after, before, after. At this point, I don't know how many eyelashes I'm gonna have to show you the drastic buffs we've got, guys. I only have so many eyelashes, okay? So, it's not that significant. It's really not. But, I mean, I guess I'll take it, right? Cool. But the best thing about it is by far the +1. That is really important. So, this is what it looks like, alright? So, before, when you would hit somebody with low forward, right? You generally would want to go high shot. So, this always worked. This pretty much always worked, right? But you'd have to confirm in the middle of your low forward that they're crouching and standing. The fact that now I can just kind of do this and it works is beautiful. So, before, at max range, it still doesn't work at max range. But it works like a pixel in front of it. So it's good. This is really good. This makes a big difference. See, so it doesn't work max range, but I don't mind that because I can just EX anyways. Right? I can car RDP, right? No, I can't car RDP. That doesn't work. Okay. Damn. Oh, okay, I gotta walk. Okay. MS Bushido, what's going on? Alright. So, this still doesn't work max range, but if I walk literally a pixel in front, so if you look at Sagat's front foot, right, you see how it's three squares in front of that red thick square? If I literally move up like this, it'll work. Oh, damn. I lied. Okay, hold on. Let me move 1 square forward. See, there you go. So this is good. This is really good. There aren't too many characters that can do this. So I like this. This is a good buff. I like this buff a lot. Especially because that means I can do this. Let's see how much. Also, because it has the extra frame of advantage, anything that affects Tiger Shot is probably gonna affect Tiger Knee in terms of like connecting. So you can't do it from here. Like, still doesn't work from max range, but it works from like right here. So that's pretty good. Whereas before that did not work, you know. So instead of me doing this, I can do this. And I'm getting way more out of it. I'm getting 204 damage and 280 stun, as opposed to 132 damage and 236 stun, right? So this is significant, plus the corner carry. The positioning is the most important thing for Sagat. So obviously I want to corner my opponent. This is where Sagat absolutely thrives as a character. So now that he's getting these good quality of life buffs, everything is going to be that much more important when we get to the corner. Alright, it kind of sucks. I wish he got these buffs last season, because then this season we'd actually get some real shit. But whatever. Hopefully when the Seth character gets released, you know, we'll be able to like get some extra stuff. A year of being loyal to the motherfucking soil, baby! That's what I'm talking about! Thank you so much, Mr. Breezy. Appreciate you. So, let's see. Yo, I think you can hit confirm that. That's crazy. Right, so Crouching Fierce. The active frames got increased from 3 frames to 4. I was so happy when I seen that. I was like, okay, alright. Hopefully the rest of this list is as godlike as this. Because I've been like, lukewarm so far. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm lukewarm. Let me backtrack. So, because Stand Heavy Punch is, it has 2 less frames on recovery. It got decreased from 20 to 18, right? Because this is a faster recovery, what that means is that I have more leniency to DP if I didn't have enough advantage leading up to the Stand Heavy Punch. So what does that mean? So let's say like before, if I had, I'm making this up. If I had to be plus 10 on my Fireball, so my Fireball had to be spaced. Right here, okay. Let's say I had to be plus 9, right? To throw a Fireball, do Stand Fierce, because I think they're going to dash, but they instead jump, right? I do Stand Fierce, they jump, I DP, right? So let's have Rashid do something like that. Basically, it makes it so it's easier for me to still DP. So that's cool. I'm all for stuff like that. If I'm whiffing pokes because I'm anticipating that the opponent's gonna like try to close the distance, you know? Like let's say against Urian players, I do this, right? And I do that because I think he's gonna dash. So I'm doing this to buffer and a V-trigger because I think he's gonna dash. But he doesn't, right? So I go, whoop. Oh, you jumped. Okay. And I still have enough time to DP. Alright, so the next thing that we were talking about was Crouching Fierce. So Crouching Fierce has 4 active frames now. What does this mean? We'll get to that in a second. Also has reduced recovery. So they took off a frame of recovery from the end, so that way it could stay the same amount of animation. So they added a frame of active frames and took away from recovery. So it makes it a better poke, but also makes it harder to jump in on. So that's really good. I think this poke is already hard to jump in on, to be honest. So the fact that they made it even better is I'm pretty happy with. So that's cool with me. Alright. So same thing goes, right? If I think somebody's gonna try to jump, I could do something like that. Alright. That's pretty cool. Alright. Jesus! What's going on, man? How are you feeling about the funk changes? My man, Jesus. That's my dude. I miss you, man. How you been? Okay, alright, so... Oh, also, in the last thing... So, the last thing they changed with this... So, the active frames from 3 to 4 frames... This is the last thing I'm going to talk about with Crouching Fierce. I'm going to start with the other ones first. So the reduced recovery from 19 frames to 18 frames, which is cool. Like I just showed you, right? It's easier to maintain that like anti-air ability while you whiff it because you're anticipating somebody dashing or poking or something like that, right? So that's pretty cool. So if you're still on your A game, you'll basically be able to anti-air. So that's cool, right? Because sometimes what happens is like you play against somebody, and like I like to show visual examples for the visual learners in here. Let's say like end game, right? You're both really tense. You both got your butt cheeks clenched mad tight, right? Probably gonna get a fucking like a hemorrhoid. So you start playing really safe, right? You're like, let me just wait. So a lot of times, like the players that are like super aggressive, they'll wait for like negative frames and they'll just dash, right? So the thing is with Fireball, right? Not really negative, and you know that, but the thing is that throwing back-to-back fireballs, it could be risky. So that's kind of like the same gist, where it's like they block a fireball, even though I'm technically plus, they'll be like, he's not gonna throw another fireball because he knows I'm looking for fireball, so I could just V-skill underneath it or something like that, right? So you throw this, and you wait, and they dash, you're like, oh shit, right? Fuck. So what you could do is, you could do this, and then you kind of just like commit to it. Let's start right here. You do that. Bang, right? But instead, he jumps. Bang. Right? So this is good. That's good. That's great. So that way you cover multiple options. With a character like Sagat, it's super important to cover multiple options. Like, be aware of the jump while you're focused on the ground. All right. That's why I could play him, because that's something I did with Fei Long naturally. So like, I just could do it with Sagat like without even thinking. Like, it's just really easy for me. All right. And this is really good too. I think this is a very underrated buff. They extended the V-trigger activation and the cancel window for V-trigger exclusive moves by 1 frame. So what does this mean? So I basically have an extra frame to confirm if my poke hit. See? So I can do that. So I can go. Alright. So I have an extra frame to confirm it. But not only that, I have an extra frame to use the actual V-trigger too. See, so I don't have to do this and then accidentally use my V-trigger. So this is pretty cool. Alright, so let's see. Okay, so peep this, right? This is the good stuff. This is the good stuff. Let's see if I can do. Boom, 300 damage. Beautiful. Right? But if they back roll, you can just do regular fireball. See? So you can confirm it. So I'm very happy about that. That shit is so good. That shit is amazing. The fact that I don't even have to think about it, like, that's what I wanted with Sagat. I was like, yo, I want a 4-frame active button that's not stand heavy kick. Because before, what I used to do was I do this, right? I do this, dash up. That works, okay? And that's all fine and dandy or whatever, right? But on crouching, it's like not the greatest thing, because you can block it. You can crouch block it, right? So let me actually turn off. Alright, -3. So I can still get punished. And I don't really want that to happen, right? And I think I still might even be in throw range. Yeah, I'm still in throw range, right? But if you back roll, DP, dash up, roundhouse, is +1, right? So it covers both wake ups. But the thing was, if you back roll and you wake up with a crouching button, so let's say like Rashid does, let's pretend he has a 3-frame crouching jab, right? Like a Cammy or a Karen. Then he would avoid this. So this is really good if, you know, they're waking up and quick rising, because the first hit a roundhouse will hit, right? So that's cool. But Oops. Right, okay. Alright, that's cool. But if they back roll, because the first hit isn't hitting, it's only the high frames that are hitting, you can crouch underneath it. So this is like, I never really like using this too much. I like using it against like a Buki, because she has a standing 3-frame button, you know what I'm saying? I like using it against a Buki, Laura, right? Because they're going to most likely stand up, because their fastest button is a 3-frame jab. So crouching heavy kick. So his sweep, they reduce the recovery by 4 frames. So it's faster. It's definitely noticeably faster. So that's pretty cool. So it's not as risky to just throw this out there now. I do wish it was a little bit faster though on startup. But for what it's worth, I mean, I'll take it. Wait, what? Wait a minute. Wait, whoa, wait a minute, whoa. Oh my god. What? Oh, oh, oh. What the fuck? Yo, what? Oh my god, that's fucking crazy. Yo, because I was like, yo, when I did this, right? This used to be a setup. You used to do sweep, and then you'd step kick, and then it was so meaty that it hit the second active frame, and then if it countered, you could do stand strong, crouch strong. But when this whiffed, I was like, wait, what the fuck just happened? What? Oh! Yo, no bullshit. Like when I was reading this, when they said that they reduced the recovery by 4 frames, I'm just thinking of it on whiff. I'm not thinking about how it changes it on the actual like knocked it. That's crazy. What the fuck? Yo, that's insane. That's actually godlike. I'm actually super happy about that. Wow. I'm happy as fuck. That's wow. Level Eagle. What's going on, man? Yo, that is a huge buff, bro. Oh my god, I'm fucking ecstatic about that. Holy shit. Yo, Knowledge, you see that shit, bro? Oh my god. The power of your FUBU sweater. I swear, it's all because of you, Knowledge. Oh, it's metal. What the fuck? Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay. You got me. You got me. Damn, bro. AKS, what's going on? Yeah, he definitely liked it before me because I didn't understand, like, I didn't understand 2 of the biggest changes. Damn, that sweep one is godlike. I'm fucking ecstatic about that. But what does the back roll look like, though? Wow. Wow. Yo, I could... Yo, that's crazy. I wish that worked, though. Damn. I wish that fucking worked. Why doesn't that work? Light kick Tiger Knee. They expanded the upwards hitbox for active frames 6 through 7. Alright, so if you look closely, right? This is actually a good buff, because what would happen before is, like, as Sagat was, like, somebody jumped in on him, and you Tiger Kneed, you were still active, but for some fucking... It was just, like, this weird collision thing, where it's, like, you see Sagat's on top of the other player, but he just wasn't hitting them, right? So it was, like, really frustrating, like, why is this not hitting them, right? So they buffed this. This is pretty good. I like this. This is a good change. So now it's, like, easier to basically snipe people with Tiger Knee. If they, like, so happen to jump and you Tiger Knee at the same time as they're falling or something like that. Alright. So that's pretty cool. So it's basically going to anti-air a little bit easier. Angry V skill. Okay, so I was so fucking bummed when I saw EX, right? So I was reading this. I was like, I seen overall movement frames decreased. Alright. From 55 to 50. And then I went and read this, right? And I seen the EX first. I read this first. EX. I was like, oh my god. But maybe I messed up at the party. Because mind you, these notes came out after the VIP party. So I'm like, yo, maybe I just messed up at the party. And this does work, right? It does work like EXDP. And then I read it. Change so that a Tiger Uppercut perform while the effects are active to build EX meter. I was like, they just don't get it. They just don't get it. They don't fucking get it. So... this basically is 5 frames faster. It's pretty fast now. It's a lot faster. So this is like the same duration as like Birdie's banana, but I get way better advantage on knockdown than Birdie does. So it's gonna be a lot harder for somebody to stop me from doing this than it would be like Birdie, right? Especially when I have a fireball on the screen. And if I'm like mixing up when I'm doing it. So let's see, like before I do this, and now I'm only minus 20 if they back roll, right? So you back roll, you're definitely not punishing me. Minus 25, right? Actually turn this off, make them block it. Minus 26. So if you're looking for it, you could dash up and punish it, but not too many players would be alert in that situation. Because if I'm giving them different looks, right? Not gonna be thinking about that. So let's see with what else. Oh yeah, so he can build bar now. So before, when he would do V skill DP, he didn't get bar, which was kind of weird. But now he does. So I'm happy about that. Alright. And it looks like it's about the same. Maybe a little bit less. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's about the same as regular DP. But at least we get it now. So now I don't have to, like, opt for, should I DP to build bar, or should I V skill on the stun, and then I make sure I kill, but I don't get the bar, you know? So, because bar is very important for Sagat. So this is good. This is quality of life stuff. This is shit that he should have already had, but whatever, right? Cool. So his super increase the amount of EX meter gain that opponent gets on block from 10 to 50. So you basically just get more super if you block my super, like for chip scenarios and stuff like that. And so Tiger Cannon, this is the V trigger one. They increase the blowback time on hit. So now it's like easier to convert from. They decrease the blowback distance, so he's actually closer to you. They change the advantage on block from +2 to +10. Now this is really good for zoning purposes. If I do this, right, that's +8. So this is like the ideal spacing I want to be at. And when I throw a low shot, it gets to you slower. And it's enough so that I'm +8. So if I do this into this, you can't jump over that, alright? This into this. There are characters that can get around it, like Ibuki, if she has EX bar, she can EX Air Kunai over it, right? But Sagat, he does this against most of the cast. They jump, I can DP. I can just DP them, right? Now, because of this being +10, right? It's a fireball, so the same rules apply. The further away I am when you block it, the more advantage I have. So that's +35 from this range, right? +35. Now, this is really good because remember what we just said about being at least +8? But now because I'm +10, if I do this, you can't jump that. Right? So if somebody's getting really antsy because of maybe like a chip scenario, you could basically set up like a fireball trap without necessarily having to worry about you know, with high shot they could crouch over it, right? This has more advantage than the low, but they're crouching, they don't have to, because +1 naturally, right? And then when you factor in distance, let's say like at this exact spacing, if they block low shots, +10. If I do slow high shots, +12. Oh, +13 right there. Oh, that's because Rashid's moving. Okay, so let's say +12, right? And then it's +10. We'll say so +13 and plus was the highest I got. +12 was the highest I got with low shot. So this is really good. The V trigger is really good because you can't crouch it, right? And I still get that insane amount of fireball advantage. Before it was only +2, so like it was fucking useless. Originally, before it was +2, when they buffed it to be +2, it was like minus, or it's like 0 or something like that. It was useless. There was no point of like, why would I ever do this, right? But now that it's +10, you get a lot more like leeway, right? You can do some crazy shit, and I'm still in your face. That's pretty scary. So imagine like I'm +10. Like what could you possibly do? I could do this into this. This is a true block string. This is all a true block string. So if I have super, let's say I have maximum start. Let's put it on normal. So let's say I do that. I got this, right? Let's say I do this. That's a true block string. That's kind of crazy. That's actually insane. So this is going to be really good for chip scenarios. And if I Kara light DP, that's a true block string. So that's pretty good. I got to figure out how to make this a true block string. Because if you're crouching, it's only +4 because I have to do low shot. High shot gives me more advantage, but if you're not crouching, then it's like whatever. Wow, that's crazy. Damn, that was a lot, yo. That's actually kind of bonkers. Word. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So you're gonna have a lot of like chip scenario setups because of that. Because Crouching Fierce is 10 frames, so that's a true block string. It's +10 on block. So now Crouching Fierce is a 10 frame startup. I mean, it's always been 10. It's been 10 frames since last season, but yeah. They reduced the startup. Oh, they reduced the startup of V-Trigger 1 from 19 to 17 frames. So like you can get like a couple of different conversions now. I guess that's pretty cool. I wish that you could do fireball into it, I think that would have been pretty sick. If they let you do this into, like, actually hit confirming it. Because right now, the only way you could really, like... convert into it is off of, like, a whiff punish. Which is, like, eh. They increased the V-timer effect time from 2400 frames to 3000 frames, but they increased the consumption from 1200 to 15. So that way it's still it's still 2 uses. I wish it was 3 uses, but I prefer if it was 2 bars, to be honest. I still don't think this is a 3-bar V-trigger. But it is what it is, I suppose. So let me put the timer on so that way you can see it. So yeah, if you see it, it drains really slow. And get out of the way. Look at it, it's pretty slow. Oh, that's about like what, 30 seconds? So that's pretty good. And we still haven't got to the halfway point. Yeah. But basically, if I don't use up one of them by that halfway point, then I've basically lost that V-trigger. So that kind of sucks. But, yeah. So that's basically it for the changes. So far, just based off of the changes, originally I gave it a 6 out of 10. I'll give his changes a 8 out of 10 now. I'll give him an 8 out of 10. Those changes are pretty good. For it to have been a 9, I would have said give him like a conversion, because he still can't do anything off of this, which sucks. I don't know why, but I can't do anything off of this. If they gave him a 3-frame jab, that would have been cool, because then he would have been able to combo into this, and he would have been able to combo into that from that. But then that would have definitely pushed it over the edge. Now, actually, that would have made it a 10 out of 10. But if they wanted to make it a 9 out of 10, all they had to do was make my V skill work into that, you know. But they want me to use 2 bars for whatever reason. It is what it is. Fuck it. I wonder if nope. Oh, wow, that works. Excuse the fuck out of me, sir. Wow. That did mad damage. Yo, why does he do so much damage? Can I do it again? I don't think I can do it again. Can I do it again? Yeah, I can't do it again. Aw, that fucking blows. Damn, that's pretty good. Shit. So I gave it an 8 out of 10 based off of the changes, alright?